On May 7th, 2024, the official Twitter account of Mighty Doom and Alpha Dog Games officially announced the closure of said studio. This announcement came paired with multiple Xbox-owned or Microsoft-owned studios closing, even including the talented studio behind Hi-Fi Rush. But you probably already know this because this happened in May and we are currently in August of 2024, which means that it's right before the official shutdown of Mighty Doom's servers, meaning the game won't be playable ever again, and more announcements for Doom the Dark Ages luckily are on the horizon, so yay, I guess. But yeah, as a last send-off to Mighty Doom, I just want to make a little review and showing just my routine with the game when I played it and what I was able to achieve and have it kind of archived on my channel. So yeah, let's take a shot and get started with the video. So the game starts off in the menu. Here you can select one of 13 levels, the difficulty of each level, if you've unlocked it, and select your loadout on the left side. If you don't want to progress the main levels, you can also go to the right side and select one of the active event or daily missions. These are mainly what I played, as the main levels can get a bit harder with also having 40 stages per mission, instead of what the power fantasy of the event missions gives you, like 5 to 10 minutes, it's done 20 stages per mission. So my main rotation of weapons consisted of the heavy assault rifle, plasma rifle, and later on I also started using the chain gun a bit more because it does have some pretty cool upgrades. But I really like the heavy assault rifle and plasma rifle's bounce and spread upgrades. With these upgrades you did tons of damage across the room, and with bounce even behind walls you could damage enemies, so that was really nice. Next you also have a secondary weapon which needs time to recharge during each run, but the recharge time is around like 5 to 10 seconds most of the time. Here I'm gonna be honest though, I abused the Gauss cannon like for most of my runs. It was the first weapon I could upgrade to epic or purple tier rarity, and this thing is just a fucking beast, okay? It also has a bounce upgrade, and best of all, magnetic acceleration and multi-shots, so your bullets would pierce through enemies, bounce off of walls, and multi-shot gives you multiple shots that just bounce around the arena, killing almost everything in its sight. Especially in the event levels, like I said, they were a bit easier than the main mission levels. The main mission levels, the enemies had way more health than events, because events are just, like I said, a little power fantasy for like 10 minutes. And the main missions can easily take up to 20 minutes. Like I said, 40 stages per mission. Later on this goes down to 20 I think though, but I never got to those levels, so I can't really talk about that. But yeah, back to the Gauss cannon. It would also shred bosses in seconds. I am talking seconds. Fully upgraded Gauss cannon with bounce and all that. It was a beast for most bosses, okay? Then you also have a special weapon, which was the BFG 99% of the time for me, cause
big fucking gun.
Then you also have armor with the loadouts, but I didn't really check those. I left those mostly the same. Same goes for the grenades, to be honest. I just swapped those for the corresponding elemental damage I needed for the dailies and weeklies, which were also pretty easy to get. You play like 3 or 4 missions max and you should have every daily quest done. And the weeklies weren't too difficult as well, but I just completed them whenever and used mostly the dailies to grind the battle pass. I never buy the battle pass, I used only the free tiers. So yeah, before starting a run I just looked at my dailies and weeklies, adjusted my loadout slightly, and then I went into missions. So the gameplay, if you've ever played Arch Hero, the gameplay is almost identical. This is basically Arch Hero with a Doom skin, but I personally never played Arch Hero, so I really like the Doom version though. Gameplay you're watching right now was recorded on my PC via the Google Play beta that you can download and play some mobile games. Most mobile games with PC keybinds and stuff. I luckily started my recording before the current event ended, or the last event that ever happened ended, because you can see I got an error message while trying to check for my rewards, and then the game just restarted. So yeah, I don't really have that much footage of the typical event rewards, but this was kind of funny that it happened during your recording. All in all, the gameplay kind of speaks for itself. I already talked about some weapons I used. You saw some gameplay of that already, but essentially you just go from area to area encountering different types and numbers of enemies, and every time you level up you can then choose one of 3 upgrades. And I already mentioned some of my favorites earlier in the video, like Bounce and Spreadshot, for example, for most weapons. Combining those with Ricochet, which makes bullets bounce from enemy to enemy. You hit enemy A and the bullet bounces to enemy B, which is really nice. Comboed with a beefy Gauss cannon, you could just rip and tear through stages so easily. Like I already said multiple times, the Gauss really is the carry of most of my runs in this. Next up, every 5th stage was a special stage, being a Night Sentinel, who would offer you a slight bonus, like a little bit more attack speed or a little bit more damage, or you could choose to get some health back, which is mostly useful in the main missions. As I said, they're a bit harder and take way longer to play than the events. And every 10th level is a boss, with the final stage of the run being obviously a final boss. The game doesn't always just throw a few enemies at you though, sometimes they come in waves. You go through multiple waves in the same room, those often being bigger rooms than normal, so you can move around a bit more freely, which is nice to have, so the repetitive nature of the gameplay loop doesn't get too repetitive. But this is not really the biggest problem for me, or hasn't been the biggest problem for me, because I'm someone who's played the campaign levels of Doom Eternal for like 400 hours over and over and over and over again, the main campaign and both DLCs. And I also really enjoy playing COD Zombies, so which is also very repetitive in nature. So, but yeah, coming back to events for a second, which like I said is what I mostly played during my train rides to school, and I am very sad that I won't be able to do those the next time I have school for my apprenticeship, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Shortly after the current event was gone, they added all special events that ever occurred to the daily event list on the right. So I really like this, as I didn't get to play all of the events, and most of them are really fun, like the Fallout 76 collab, the radioactive event, and the snow event. Those are basically the same event, just with a different skin, but it's still fun, you know. I didn't get to play those, and maybe you like the style more of the Arctic one instead of the apocalyptic Fallout look, so there's something for everyone, you know. So yeah, I love playing Mighty Doom on my 1 hour plus train rides to school, like I said, and yeah, I'm just sad that I won't be able to play this anymore, because Microsoft just decided to shut down multiple talented studios. So yeah, but I'm still happy with the loadouts I got, and I did bridge the gap between Doom Eternal's last update and the first Dark Ages trailer, but it still fucking hurts to lose this game and see so many talented and passionate people lose their jobs out of nowhere seemingly. And I really hope these people have found new places to work at and provide for their families and stuff, because this is something that is still going on. This Mighty Doom shutdown happened in May. Over the last couple of days there were also Bungie layoffs. So yeah, the industry is still suffering from people losing their jobs like out of nowhere. And it doesn't matter if you're a studio that produces like a really high quality game like Hi-Fi Rush, or if you just put out some FPS slop or just some trash, I guess. You could be on either side of the spectrum and still run into losing your job. Even if you don't like the games one of these studios produced, there's still people losing their jobs. But yeah, to end on a more positive note though, if you made any purchases for skins, the event or battle pass, whatever you want to call it, or anything else in this game, like the premium currency, blah blah, you are able to get a full refund. I will leave the Bethesda article in the description down below if for any reason you want your spent money back and haven't done so yet. So yeah, get your money back and don't let Microsoft buy more studios with your money just so they can shut them down later down the line. AlphaDog Games with Mighty Doom, the game was just up for a little over a year and then the studio shut down, so yeah. Go to the link down below if you spent any money, which is a really nice move from Bethesda that they're offering a full refund. By the way, if you want to see or use the full gameplay from this video that I recorded. I will upload it on my second channel, More Mystic, and I will probably see you in a new Doom the Dark Ages video soon, as the QuakeCon is happening right now this month, probably when this video goes up, from August 8th to August 11th, from Thursday to Sunday. I really hope they reveal some more info on the story, where it's starting and maybe heading in general direction, and reveal some new gameplay mechanics or new demons, and I'm really excited for new Doom stuff. Maybe Doom Eternal modding support official? Mighty Doom was a great gap between Doom Eternal and Doom the Dark Ages. Was very much a lot of fun. This video is just to archive what I've done in my time playing Mighty Doom. I'm pretty proud of my loadout. It's not much, but it's what I did. So yeah, have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. And get started with the video. You could be on either side of the... You could be on either side... spectrum and still... Either side of the spectrum...